Game Pass has strong growth, but misses Microsoft's target. So there's been a lot of talk about Game Pass subscribers. Recently on a podcast, Phil Spencer and Strauss Zelnick were on a Yahoo Finance podcast, and Strauss Zelnick kind of let it slip that Game Pass was at 30 million subscribers, and Phil Spencer went back and said that they are sticking to their 18 million subscriber number, which they most recently reported. And then previous to that, we've seen things like Jez Corden saying that they were around 23 million, and other journalists coming out and saying that it was between 20 and 30 million subscribers. Now, we don't have an exact number of where Xbox Game Pass is, but we do know that the service has grown, but it has not met the target that Microsoft set out for. So this is a tweet from Steven Totillo, and Steven is a writer and covers video games and all that kind of stuff at Axios Gaming, and tweets this: Game Pass subscriber news. Game Pass subs grew in 12 months ending June 30th, but below Microsoft's target. They are 37% up, but the target was 48% growth. Don't have a raw number, but Game Pass subs were added as a pay incentive metric for Microsoft's CEO in 2019. Only pure gaming metric in there. So by looking at the updates in the performance metrics and the incentives that the big CEOs get and the big people at Microsoft like Satya Nadella, you can see here that Xbox Game Pass subscribers is part of the core metric payout. And you can see here, we go down into this chart, it says Xbox Game Pass subscriber growth, and the target was 47.79%, but in the fiscal year 2021, the actual achievement was 37.48%. So in the comments here, there's a lot of people doing math, trying to come up with the exact number of what it is. It's almost impossible to determine what the exact number of Game Pass subscribers is because Microsoft hasn't revealed that yet. They are going to reveal it at some sort of milestone. Maybe it's 30 million, maybe it's 25 million, who knows? But I don't think that they will report anything on numbers until after the end of this year, going into January, February, because they're setting themselves up for decent growth these next 3 months, with Age of Empires coming out the end of October, Forza coming out in November, and then Halo Infinite coming out in December. They know what they're doing with their release schedule. They know that these end of the year, this end of 2021 is going to produce growth for Game Pass, growth for Xbox. So they're going to wait until that's over before reporting any numbers. And then we get into 2022, the end of the year, Starfield coming out. That's going to have a huge boom on the Game Pass numbers. And then whatever comes out before Starfield and after Starfield is what Xbox has to focus on, because this is telling that they have a lot of subscribers. They're doing very well for themselves in terms of growth, and there's no first-party Xbox Game Studio games on there yet. So when those start dropping on a consistent basis, I think the amount of subscribers that go up will be exponential compared to what it is now. But trying to determine the numbers now in the comments is funny to see. You see all the math going on. Some people think 20, some people think 24, 23, whatever it is. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, we're gamers. We play these games. We're not making any money off of the growth of Xbox Game Pass. We just like to see that the content that they have there. Where it does matter for us, though, is the more that this subscription model grows, the more the Game Pass grows, the better content we're going to continue to get on a consistent basis. But some of the comments as well are pretty funny, because you have people kind of throwing out the fact that a lot of people report on the 30 million number, saying that it could be at 30 million because Strauss Zelnick, the Take-Two CEO, who is someone who's very high up in the video game industry, made that claim or that estimate, which means that taking his word on it makes sense. I mean, he's somebody who talks to Phil Spencer, he's somebody who put that claim out there, and that's where it all started. But you see some of these comments and people are thinking that it was fanboys who started the 30 million rumor mark or 30 million subscriber number, and that looking at this number here, not realizing that this is from June 2021 and now we're in October, so there's a lot that could have happened between now and then. So it's very interesting just to see the fanboys, the math, and the comments throughout this thread. And there's also a lot of just negativity around this, but this is a really good point here. The target was set before Halo's delay, so they grew 37% without Halo. Seems good to me. I don't see how so many people are taking this and making this a negative spin, where at the end of the day, they still grew 37%. Yeah, they didn't meet their target, but again, Halo was delayed, and we'll see what happens in these next 3 months. They may not meet their target. Maybe it flops. Maybe no one wants to play Age of Empires. No one wants to play Forza or Halo. Doubtful, but you never know. and then the growth may not be as good as they think. But this stuff's interesting if you're into like the raw numbers and the business side of things. But like I said, as gamers, how Game Pass grows only matters to us by how much content we're going to be getting on the service going forward. Now, when we compare this to last year's growth, this may have also played a role in setting targets, was that in June of 2020, Game Pass subscribers grew 85%, which outperformed the company's goal of 71%. So they did really well in 2020 and not as well in 2021. I think this upcoming 2022 year is going to be very, very telling as to the amount of growth that the first party content can bring to Xbox Game Pass subscribers. And then going into 2023, it'll be cool to see what Starfield does for the service, because Starfield is going to be one of the biggest games I think ever to release on Xbox Game Pass on day one, as getting people to sign up for that service so they can play it. You're going to, you know, that people are going to be signing up to Game Pass to play Starfield from all different platforms. Like if they're primarily Nintendo or primarily PlayStation, they're going to be jumping into Game Pass to play that game. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Those are my thoughts on the numbers for the Xbox Game Pass growth. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What do you guys think about these numbers? Do you think this is a red flag, something that Xbox and Game Pass should be worried about? Or do you think this is still good growth considering the fact there are no first-party Xbox Game Pass games on the service yet? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here, you like what you saw throughout this video, I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button to help this channel grow, help grow this community, so we can have great conversations in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.